Cat TV is celebrating 30 years of community media. Help support Cat TV's next 30 years by becoming a member today. Your membership will help us continue covering meaningful, local content. Thank you for supporting your local community media station.
West Vermont Regional Technical School District number D009, warning of annual meeting, February 28th and March 1st, 2022. The legal voters of the Southwest Vermont Regional Technical School Board Service Region, consisting of Arlington, Bennington, Dorset, Glastonbury, Manchester, North Bennington, Pownell, Reedsboro, Sandgate, Searsburg, Shasberry, Stamford, Sunderland, and Woodford are hereby warned to participate in the meeting by video conferencing by joining Zoom meeting link. And it gives the link at 6 p.m. in the evening on Monday, February 28, 2022, to transact the following business from the floor. Article 1, to establish the annual salary of the district directors at $1,000 each. Now, apparently that is to be voted on when this meeting, I would assume.
Yes, and I'm saying,
Okay, so somebody want to move and
change that amount.
well, now this is the
Fran, you're muted.
the Career Development Center.
Right.
So here's your chance, Leon.
Well, I don't know that it can come from the board or whether it needs to come from somebody in the public is what I'm wondering.
Well, I think you're from the public at this moment.
Well, I'm on the
Yeah.
CDC board. I think it should be 1,500 myself. So if somebody wants to make that motion when you do that, to raise it up.
This is Mary Garrett, and I'm a member of the public. So I could make that motion and would be more than happy to make that motion. My question is, since the warning for the vote tomorrow labels it as the amount that we were talking about, if it goes up for, like, it's actually going to be voted on tomorrow, am I correct, on the ballot?
Well,
So
Anthony,
the ballot
yeah,
won't have the right amount.
but the Career Development Center, I don't know.
Well, it would be the same thing for the others, but that's the question I'm asking. If we want somebody voted to change this, how do you represent that at the meeting, at the voting stations tomorrow, or for those that are early voting already?
It's my understanding, and I don't know that much about it. I'm moderating the last meeting, but so I know nothing about your board, but it was my understanding, at least for that meeting, that that the board wasn't allowed to change things that were already on the warning, because as Leon pointed out, people that have already voted by mail have already voted on these things. So, but I'll go with your consensus, and if it's appropriate, I'll make the motion, but I just don't know.
I would say at this moment, you're part of the public.
You can't change it.
Mike
Okay.
or Becky, can you speak to what's on the ballot tomorrow versus what's to be voted on tonight?
Sure,
Well, we
That's
can
right.
discuss what is voted on tomorrow, but I don't know that we can change ballots. And I'm not an
You
attorney.
get the town
so-
clerk coming.
Well, that's what we was asking. I just want to know, I know that we bring it up every year and we ask is that amount and the same thing for the salary. And I know once before on the floor when we were live that somebody changed the salary or something.
Yep, Leon, Becky has her hand up.
So on the actual ballot is the voting of our budget and the voting of our reserve funds. So the other things listed here on the articles can be discussed on the floor meeting.
Yes,
And the voting part has to do with the actual budget and the reserve funds.
yeah.
So Joe, I think that's different. That's different than how we have Mount Anthony and SVU ESD set up, and that everything is on the ballot for those
Yeah, okay.
districts tomorrow. But for the technical center, you have the ability to vote quote unquote from the floor tonight at this meeting.
In which case I will move that the salary be raised as suggested by Leon to 1,500.
Second? Is there a second?
I'm wondering whether I can second it, if somebody,
I'll second it.
I'm a member of the public. I'll second it.
Okay, any further discussion? So be it. I guess vote, all in favor of 1,500, say aye. Well, that's not, maybe we need to see hands. Who's in favor? I see one hand, two hands. 3, 4. I only see 4 hands. Now, I don't know about the rest.
well, you can ask.
So if there's only 4, okay, there's a hand. That's hands again, please, so I can have another count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see 6 hands out of, oh, there's 7. Okay, so I guess it passes. That's my opinion. But of course, there's nothing like the floor meeting as far as I'm concerned. Okay, Article 2, to establish the annual salary of the district treasurer at 14,200. Is there a motion on that?
So move.
A second?
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, you gotta show the hands because I can't.
Some
One,
people are muted.
4.
They're muted, you can have an opposed.
Yeah, those that I can see. Okay. I would say it passes.
Yes, it's all.
Okay, that's Article 3, to establish the annual salary of the district clerk at $1,200.
So move.
Motion,
Second.
okay, further discussion? If not, all in favor? And again, we got to see the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess, yeah, it passes. Those that I can see. Okay, Article 4, to establish the annual salary of the assistant director clerk at 600. Motion? Okay, Leon moves.
Second.
Second, I don't know who said that, but okay.
Fran?
Any discussion, further discussion, any discussion? All in favor? $600? Hands? Okay, I would say it passes. So it looks like to me. Article 5, to establish the annual salary of the district moderator at $10. I am not running again after this year. I'm not on the ballot to be reelected. Personally, I never took the $10, but that won't be my say from now on. So, is there a motion for $10, district moderator?
So moved.
So moved. Second.
Second, any discussion?
I think you should raise it to $100. That's what the other moderators are receiving. And since you, Joe, won't be there for $10 or not, that may allow somebody else to have $100.
Okay, that's a motion. I take that as a motion.
Second.
I'll second that.
All right. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that looks like it passes. Now somebody's taking the minutes, I trust. So that will be recorded in the minutes. Same with the directors. Article 6, to authorize the school district board to borrow money in anticipation of revenues to meet current operating expenses of the district. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand, please. Okay, I guess it's clear majority. All right, so it passes. Article 7, to hold a public information hearing on articles to be voted upon by Australian ballot on March 1, that's tomorrow, 2022. Any questions? Concerns, discussion?
Thank you, Joe, for being. a great moderator.
Okay. And then Article 8, to transact any other business found proper when met. Any other business? If not, the legal voters of Southwest Vermont Regional Technical School District V009 are hereby warned to further to meet on Tuesday, March 1, 2022, when the polls will be open to transact business by Australian ballot as follows.
I have a point of inquiry, I guess would be the the word, I guess, what I'm used to, if that's okay, Joe. Just going back to our first vote, I just wanted to make sure that the process was the way that it should be. And I guess I have a couple questions. It was about raising the salary, and I just wanted to hear if we had called the ayes, and I don't know if we called any nays. It didn't appear unanimous, and I didn't know if we were allowed to abstain on the floor.
Well, for the record, you can say you abstain if that's your wish.
Okay. And I just don't know if nays were called. I know that we called ayes, but
Yes, I'm sorry, and you're right. I should have called for the nays. You're right. Yeah, but make sure the clerk gets the minutes correctly, so you can say that you abstained, if that's your wish.
You can call for the nays now, Joe.
Okay, any nays? I suppose I'm sorry, I should know better.
well, I think most votes were unanimous, so it wasn't a deal, but
Yeah.
I think that first one was the only one where there might have been abstentions.
Okay, is that the only article you're concerned about?
Correct.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. So I guess the meeting is over. Am I correct?
Oh, you want to call for the name?
adjourn?
What's that again?
Did you want to call?
to adjourn?
Well, before you
Yeah,
do that,
let's, a motion for adjournment.
Wait,
Joe, unless you want to go to Dane's point and revote the article on
Yeah.
the salary for the directors, just to be clear for the record.
Okay. Article, now there's Article 1 is your concern.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
To establish the annual salaries of the district directors at $1,000 each. And there was a motion for 1,500 each, and there was a second. We had discussion, and let's have the vote for raising your hand, and I'll try to count all of them.
there's just a little problem with raising your hands because people are on phones also calling in.
Yeah, I know, but how do you,
You could ask people to unmute themselves as they vote, and they could say yes or no, but they have to unmute their mic to do it.
Right.
okay,
You got to give them you got to give them time to unmute and then ask for the vote.
all right. So whoever this is in the upper left corner, how do you vote, sir?
Well, I would suggest, Joe, that maybe you could say all those in favor. So if everybody would unmute to prepare for their vote, I'm not the moderator, but
Well, maybe you should be.
okay.
But,
Sure.
but Joe,
I would say all those in favor of raising the rate from $1,000 to $1,500, please unmute and say aye.
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 All right.
All those opposed, say
Now,
nay.
those opposed by saying nay. Okay, now abstentions. Any abstention? Okay, Dane says, okay.
We see two.
So that's for the record.
See three,
We
Mike
see
Cutler. Correct.
three abstain.
Correct.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that.
Thank you for
All right.
indulging.
Yeah. Again, I do prefer the floor meeting to this.
Especially for
Okay,
I think we all do.
yeah.
Will do.
Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, folks. Thank you very much.
Cat TV is celebrating 30 years of community media. Help support Cat TV's next 30 years by becoming a member today. Your membership will help us continue covering meaningful, local content. Thank you for supporting your local community media station.